The year was 1776, a time when the colonies of North America were aflame with unrest, uncertainty, and the audacious dream of independence. In the streets of Philadelphia, the scent of ink from hastily printed pamphlets mingled with the smoke from countless hearths where families debated the future of their world. Among the crowds, a man named Elias Harper navigated the bustling thoroughfares, a clerk by trade, but a historian at heart, chronicling the events that were rapidly reshaping the land he loved. Elias had grown up in the port town of Boston, where the Atlantic winds carried tales of distant empires, maritime conquests, and the ceaseless push of commerce. His family had endured both the opulence and the oppression of colonial rule, witnessing firsthand the arrival of British soldiers and the stern enforcement of taxes that would ignite a revolution. The Boston Tea Party had become legend even in his youth, a clandestine act of defiance where crates of tea had been flung into the harbor, an act at once trivial and monumental, symbolic of a broader struggle for liberty. By 1776, Elias had relocated to Philadelphia, the city where voices from every colony converged to articulate a new vision of governance. There he saw Thomas Jefferson laboring over the Declaration of Independence, the words forming on the page with a deliberate elegance that would echo across centuries. He observed Benjamin Franklin negotiating with foreign emissaries, the shrewd diplomat balancing ideals of freedom with the stark necessities of survival. Elias chronicled not only the speeches and letters, but also the smaller moments, the anonymous women who smuggled supplies to soldiers, the children who ran messages through alleys, the enslaved individuals who seized the chaos of war to carve out fragile forms of freedom. The narrative of independence, however, was intertwined with paradoxes and contradictions. Wealthy landowners debated liberty while maintaining their estates. Native American tribes navigated alliances with colonial and British forces, seeking survival amid encroachment. Enslaved Africans dreamed of emancipation while being denied even the simplest rights. Elias recorded it all, aware that history was not merely the tale of generals and politicians, but of countless unnamed actors whose courage and despair shaped the course of nations. As the Continental Army faced the harsh winter at Valley Forge, Elias traveled with a small contingent of chroniclers and supply runners, witnessing the resilience of men whose boots froze in the snow, whose fingers bled from exposure, and whose spirits were kept alive by a shared belief in a cause far greater than themselves. He wrote of General George Washington not as the mythic figure painted in textbooks, but as a man haunted by doubts, balancing strategy with the morale of his soldiers, understanding that the fate of a fledgling nation rested on decisions made in moments of profound uncertainty. Elias's journey would take him far beyond the battlefield. He would witness the ratification of the Constitution in 1787, understanding the delicate compromise between federal authority and states' rights. He would document the Louisiana Purchase, the Lewis and Clark expedition, the trials of early presidents navigating a young nation under an untested framework. Each era brought its own triumphs and tribulations, and each was recorded in meticulous detail, preserving for posterity the richness of a growing nation.